Podcast Show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Myers, and welcome to the Rich Myers Podcast Show. I'm here today with Kimberly Ward. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing very good. Been a busy day. Thank you. Glad to be here.
I listened to your track every moment. It was pretty good. What influenced it?
Well, a lot of things happened, but that was around 2016, 2017, 2018. I mean, I worked on it like 2 years. That's why I mentioned a couple of years. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was on the radio by the end of probably December 2019. I released it maybe a month before. Well, I'd say about 3 years there. I was really going through it. So,
It's okay.
instead of crying much now, I'm laughing. I mean, for real, because a lot of stuff happened for about 5 years in my life. Really, it was more than 3 years. So. But anyway, 2 or 3 years I was working on it as a poem and did poetry. And by the way, a few of my songs that were poems have now become a song. That's one of them. And because I'm pretty good at rhyming words, my mom was a teacher, and the reason I say that because I heard a lot of vowels and all those, anything to develop skills with reading when you're 5 years old. But anyway, I'm way older than 5. But with me, I'd like music and writing and singing and playing the piano, so I kind of just have all that combined together. But that song came about, to answer your question, that song came about from some deep things for 3 years and life changes and like jobs and people. And like one of my friendships ended from high school. You're like, well, how could that end? They just, well, let me just say some people start to walk out of your life at a bad time. And so that happened to me a couple times, a couple people. And I mean, not just like a divorce. I'm talking actually people you've known 20 years, like a long time. And it's like, gee whiz, that was like the worst time to walk out of my life. I really needed a friend in it. I mean, it happened with 2 or 3 friendships, really. And I was kind of writing that more about me and God. Like God's been there for me in every moment. I cried a tear. He was there for me. But I mean, ultimately, it could be a song going a couple different directions. Like it could have been, I mean, back then, we're talking 5 years ago, at least. It was just more of a lot of emotions I put into it. The poem, which is now a song, of course, from some things like depression, anger, anything that any emotion someone's feeling when they're really upset, basically. And so not just people who walked out of my life, it was some real things I was going through, like some were financially. And my children then were like maybe 4 years old. And, just imagine 4 and 5 year olds, a lot going on with them that age. And so, and I just finished college within maybe 3 years of that song being written. I mean, by the way, college is supposed to be happy times, but then other things in life happen and, job changes or relationship or something. You change your house, you move. But some things just weren't going so well for me. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. And a little bit of depression, and I'm way better now. But I did just have a new video for that song recently.
Let's take a listen to it.
As I struggle through the years and the burdens hit me hard, seemed I had nothing As I carry this weight around, every burden stacked so high. See, my faith was gonna drown, but you were here all the time. Now I know what I can be. I won't walk this life alone. Wrap me in your arms of peace. Together through this life we'll go. For every moment I felt fear, for every time it wasn't fair, for every moment I cried a tear. At times nobody would care. And every moment you can hear these words of worry and despair. Every moment you were near, and every time you were there.
Do you have any other songs, concerts, and what's next?
I mean, I've written over 40 songs and maybe even 45. I recorded about 12. The only one that's not mine out of the 12 is Silent Night, just a basic Christmas song. I have written a Christmas song called Christmas and Burn about the city where I lived about 12 years. That's in New Bern, North Carolina. I mean, all the things going on between now and this year is a lot. I'm about to possibly get offered a job at a church as a musician. I've had an interview there recently. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, recently. Just finished a music video in Nashville, Tennessee about a month ago. I was in Nashville twice since December. And I have ideas to finish 2 other videos for some other songs. So I write in 3 genres. I didn't know if you knew that. So Christian, gospel kind of together, some country songs, and alternative, kind of like multi-genre. And so I have more songs to finish and record. I'm looking for a new producer. I've talked to a couple of them since December. I've got at least 2 ready to go. I just need, probably by May, hopefully get them in studio. So I'm excited.
What do you like about being a musician?
What I like is, I'm going to say being spontaneous because, I mean, this is just across the board, whether it's getting ready for a concert or writing a song. I mean, I say that because I did office jobs like 9 or 10 years, and you got to be there 8 to 5 or 8 to 6, and that's okay. And it's good pay. Some of the jobs I didn't like, And the reason I bring that up, I'm good at clerical, but I like music better. So, I mean, like if 1 week I've literally only want to do music things for 10 hours, and that's cool. And then there's some weeks, and I'm going to refer to emails or practicing the piano or writing a song or whatever it is. All that could add up to be like 50 hours 1 week. I mean, at least, or a radio interview, everything adds up. I mean, there's been a few times this year that I only did some music things for like 10 hours the entire week because I had some other things I was doing that are real major out of state, not just the video, something else. So being spontaneous, because I'm like, well, if one day I want to spend 12 hours doing this, like writing, contacting DJs, I could tell you a lot of things. But I have been spending a lot of time networking. I've met more people in the last 7 or 8 months because I've been on a couple of road trips. Meaning 6 states. So yeah, I've met a couple people in the last 7 months, more than a couple. So I've had business cards ready, things like that. So yeah.
What's the best advice you ever been given as a musician?
The best advice. Okay, now let me just add. You mean best advice from like music fans, or maybe
Well,
someone who's
well,
um, or
like,
from another songwriters?
well, I guess from another artist. What's
Okay, okay, okay. Well, I mean Arnold Connolly, I'll give him credit. I've known him about, I'd say, almost 7 years now, and I don't get to talk to him as much, but he and I did. I mean, that's because he has another job and family, and me too with my kids. But anyway, some of the best advice Arnold's given me, it's been a lot. I mean, like one of having patience with people, and I'm laughing about that. I mean, really, because life changes too in people's jobs, to churches, at their house, their family. People change, but being able to be flexible too, and like for example, at the last minute, someone could cancel a gig, or maybe I'm sick, or as an artist, something's changed. So in having like a plan B, but I know he would talk about being flexible. Of course, like I said a while ago, spontaneous is something I like. But and then Arnold's also helped me get on several radio stations. This is initially when like every month out. By the way, that's the second song I've written, so I knew. I mean, I knew a few ways to get songs on radio, but it was just nice having Arnold to kind of guide me in some of the music things to do, like having the songs metadata, all that. I'm trying to give you a summary because there's a lot, but Arnold just seemed to help me a lot and give me some great professional, music advice, and being patient and flexible, things like that.
Yeah, like the best advice I ever been given was always be yourself. Don't act like somebody else.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to be fake anyway, but somebody can only keep that up for so long. So,
Are
great.
are you
Yeah.
are
Okay.
you from a musical family or?
I mean, I'm going to say yes. My mom and dad have a good voice. And my sister, she sings too. And of course, my children. Um, but well, actually, my dad does play the guitar. I was going to say no one plays an instrument. He never really had professional lessons, but he does play pretty good. He's played in a few churches. My mom was sang in a lot of church choirs when I was in high school and in my early 20s. Now, she was a teacher a long time, so I do believe that affected her voice a little, talking and instructing. But overall, my mom is a good singer. But no one has really written songs in my family, except for my uncle Barry. I take that back. My uncle Barry did. He wrote several. So
Um, can you remember the first song you ever wrote?
yeah. Well, I was in sixth grade back then, so I was doing a lot of poetry. Like I mentioned, every moment came from a poem. So back then, which is like 20 something years ago, way back when, I was playing the piano more and just writing like in my journal, things that girls like to do. But yeah, I remember writing the silliest little things in my journal, and some were poems and some were like some songs, which I never published. Some of those I probably should have. And I can remember because I actually found one of them like a year ago. I can't believe I kept it. Um, and just stuff that rhymed together, like things like the clouds in the sky, stuff like that. These are not published songs. So the ones I did more publishing was by the time I was age 30.
Mm,
Yeah, a lot of
okay.
different topics. So
Um, if you could change one thing in the music business, what would it be?
if I could change one thing. is that's a good question. I think I'm going to do a more of a politics answer than if I could change. Uh, well, that would be part of it. That is what I would change. Some of the politics of people trying to impress each other, and this really includes people who were maybe they've just been writing songs 5 years compared to 30 years. And everyone always wants to know who can help them out. I mean, that's just a given. And that's okay because we all need help. Because I wouldn't be where I'm at now without Ann Dorman. I can name like 10 people, or Phil Kranz. He's a radio DJ in Georgia. And we should help each other out. But then there's the other side of politics. I mean, I would say when I say lost two friends, I don't mean they passed away. It's just they disconnected from me. And it's okay. I don't remember offending them. It's just they found other people with music they wanted to work with better. And at first I was hurt, like my feelings were hurt, like, oh gosh, they don't call me much. They're acting different. What's going on? And I just feel like, without saying too much on the air, I just feel like somewhere along the last 3 years, I lost them where, not that we can't call each other or emails. It's just they found other people they wanted to work with better. So that's why I say some politics and music, and like, oh yeah, maybe Johnny's going to help me better with this. And maybe he knows Dolly Parton. I mean, because I have met people who've been on tour with some very famous people, and one of the people who helped me with my music video about 4 years ago, he was one of the bus drivers for one of the. I won't tell you who. I'll keep you guess. It's not like Kenny Chesney, but it is someone famous. Someone like that, where I know really, he worked on the bus. I'm like, you what? I thought you just did some videos. But I mean, the thing is, in music and songwriting and recording, not everyone is your friend. You'd like them to be. I'd like them to be.
Yeah.
And I've met some great friends in music, and including Virginia, Nashville, Myrtle Beach. But what happens is people do get busy, and they tend to forget. I think they tend to forget you a little. You're like, well, can't you remember something about me? We had coffee together. We did a co-write song.
Yeah.
I think some of it sometimes isn't even intentional. It's just people find, they just find their own way, and some other people in music they end up working better with, I guess.
Yeah. I used to live in
Yeah.
Murfreesboro. I lived on 28 miles from Nashville, and they always said there was a lot of sharks in Nashville. You had to watch out.
Oh, I mean, I got some good, I hate to say gossip stories and real things, but I mean, I've got some real stuff that's happened to me with some musicians, but it's okay. It's nice knowing you too, No, I try to keep it cool. We just, like, the thing is, I'll go to Atlanta every year and I'll see some of them, and not just Atlanta, it could be Nashville. And I'm like, you're trying to be nice, but you're like, do they really want to say hi to me? You're like, hey, how's it going? And now a few of us have reconnected, and then some of them are distant. So, that's fine. That's life. We can be ourselves. I'm pretty transparent, so they don't like me. That's fine too. I have a lot to do. I'm working on a book too, so I always stay busy. Yeah.
Where can people go and see your videos, music, and events?
It is on my website. I have a website I'll give you. But I was going to say, mostly get on, like, well, the newest thing for me is TikTok. I've been on there for about 7 months, and my children are on there as well. So I won't go in and do a lot of live updates on there. And I mean, I'm on YouTube channel, of course, Instagram, Facebook. My website is www.kjwardmusic.com. I am looking into some more help with radio promotions this year and getting more things going to put on my website. But I just mentioned about the church musician. That's going to keep me busy too, starting in May and June. But I also want to start singing more. I'm going to say by June and July, more open opportunities.
Okay.
And I'm excited.
Well, thanks for being on the show today. I really enjoyed having you.
Thank you. I enjoyed being here also, Rick. Thank you. Thank you.